Oh, this is the stinky part, okay? The part where people complain that it smells like poop. Hello, welcome to another AvenueX video, and as you can see, this is a very unusual setup. As I've said earlier this year, Thursdays will be more accidental from then on. Most of the time, I still have been putting out Chinese dramaland related content, but today I want to do something different. It is actually still related to dramas, because recently I've been watching a couple of dramas and I've seen something reoccurring. If you've been watching 卿卿日常, New Life Begins, or if you have watched earlier in October the contemporary romantic drama 我的秘密室友 Love in Time, you will be seeing the female lead characters specifically being a crazy fan of a particular type of rice noodle that is very popular in China. This is something that you can easily buy these days in any Chinese supermarket. 螺蛳粉. Look at those three characters, complicated writing 螺蛳粉. If you just put the pinyin of that into Google and you're gonna find it. There are many brands of 螺蛳粉 available in all kinds of Chinese supermarkets. And it pretty much works as an instant noodle thing. You just need water to boil it. I'm gonna do it on camera today, show you what is inside of it and why does it have such a strong smell. If you've watched the dramas, you'll know. Some people, when they've never tried it, will find it quite offensive, the smell of it. I am not associated with this specific brand, and this particular one, I just picked it up from a supermarket. Also, I want to apologize for the terrible color coordination of my clothing, because there's one thing that you have to be very aware of is the smell that comes from this is very, very strong. So wear what is spendable for you. Without further ado, let's go into our adventure of 螺蛳粉. Now this version actually says Canadian market only. So I guess it has different regulations depending on where you export this thing to. So there are a couple of things when you try to do 螺蛳粉 you should be aware of. First is wear something that is old and you can afford to lose. The second thing is try to do it on a day where nobody is using the kitchen as well. So you use it and no one is gonna come in for the day. Then you have good ventilation. Open the window, okay? So don't do it when it's minus 30 degrees at home. You're not gonna be able to open the window and it's gonna have a very, very strong smell. Well, a lot of stuff. Now what we can see is first this thing, which is the dry rice noodle. This is the actual carbohydrate you're gonna eat, the main thing. This is 腐竹. It's made from soybeans, so hopefully you're not soybean intolerant. Then you have peanuts. So if you have peanut allergy, this is probably not the best thing to try. You have vinegar, and then spicy oil. So this is chili oil. Don't underestimate its power. Now, this is the 配菜包, which means the kind of vegetables to go with it. It contains pickled long beans and a type of mushroom, like the black one, crispy one, and then also radish. So think about that. It's gonna have a very intense smell. Also, you'll have 酸笋配料包. The pickled sour bamboo shoots. This thing has the strongest smell. This is what makes a lot of people frown and cannot deal with 螺蛳粉. Then finally, you have the soup. Okay, so you have quite a lot of stuff. Before you start boiling, the best thing to do is separate your packages into the orders, groups of things that you're gonna use. First, take out the rice noodle itself. It's gonna be something you wanna boil first, and then you actually boil it twice. First is to soften it, second time is to add all the stuff in. That thing on itself is on itself. The second time when you start boiling, you will add this in, which is the soybean crispy stuff. So that goes on the second part. The third part will be consist of the vegetables, okay? The vinegar, that vinegar, and then the soup. So these things will be putting when you are boiling these two together, and then the rice has become soft enough to be broken by your chopsticks. Then you add these guys in, the vegetables and vinegars. At the end, before you take the whole thing out, adding in the crispy peanuts, because if you add it in too early, it's gonna get soggy. And then chili oil, depending on how much you want, okay, totally on you. Keep them as 3 patches of things so you don't mix them up. I know it sounds pretty intense. Once we start boiling, it's actually not gonna get too complicated. Personally, I want to add a little vegetable, so I've already washed, okay, my vegetable, and I'm gonna also do a fried egg on the side, just to make it complicated. Before you start making, okay, open the window. Really, open the window. You're gonna thank yourself for that. Now, first, bring to boil some water. It does not matter how much, really. It just makes sure that you can boil this rice noodle. Cold water, if you soak this beforehand, it's actually, you don't need to take that much time. Put it in the water and then wait till it boils. Ideally, if you live alone or that day when you're cooking, nobody is around, it's safer that way. If unfortunately you're living with other people, make sure that you talk to them, you know, let them know you're gonna cook something that's very strongly scented and maybe offensive, as a warning. Oh, let's fry the egg. Can I do the one hand thing? I have no idea if I can actually. We shall see. No, I can't. Ah! I haven't done this for too long, so it's messy, but whatever. Okay, it's slowly frying. Ho ho ho. I wish we can have the technology, right, for the camera to actually capture scent. That would be so cool. Like watching a YouTube video that where you can actually smell what's being recorded. Okay, so now it's boiling. I'll look at the time and I will boil it for 5 solid minutes at least. Okay, until it softens. So, if you've watched Under the Skin, you know the actor Tan Jianci, right? And he is from Guangxi province. Not Liuzhou, from Beihai, but Luosifen comes from Liuzhou specifically. It's been a local sort of rice noodle thing for a long time before it got nationally in China very popular. This is the type of synergy situation where one element cannot make it happen, but 10 elements are already, and suddenly this just happens. So this local pickled bamboo shoots flavored rice noodle, about 5 years, even a bit longer ago, suddenly this thing, because of all kinds of reasons, got really popular on China's internet. And one key figure in the whole popularity thing of Luosifen is the famous Li Ziqi. Anyway, it's already 5 minutes, let's see. I think I can take this out for now, okay? And then we'll do the second round of boiling. Cold water so that it doesn't get sticky, just to keep it from stick together. We need about 500 ml of water to start boiling that again. Now you can do like a kettle, boil the water so that you don't have to wait that much longer. Luosifen got popular, and there's a really interesting person I was saying, Tan Jianci. He's from Guangxi province, Beihai. Liuzhou is not his hometown, but close enough. And he really likes Luosifen, and he's actually live streamed eating Luosifen, and well known in China. The funny thing is, he liked it so much that he actually opened his own factory of Luosifen. And it ran for like a year or so and couldn't continue, like not the best businessman, I guess. So he shut down his factory. And the year after he shut down his factory, Luosifen, boom, got popular in China. Had he held out for another year, his factory may be still around. And he actually took part in the product development, the actual soup base of his Luosifen. He worked on it himself. It's just, it's just so funny and so sad that it didn't fly. Okay, it's boiling. So we're gonna put this in. So that the water, the soup ends up clean, basically. And while that is happening, we're gonna add in the 腐竹. If you're allergic to soybean, don't eat this. Don't put this in. So basically they're saying if you can pinch this with your chopstick and break it, that's the point where it's pretty much done. We're not yet there. Okay, not yet there. I mean, I can add the soup in first, because the soup really doesn't matter when you put it in. Actually, this already has that that stench, okay, some people would complain about. It already has that, but it's not the worst. The worst is the bamboo shoots. I'll let it cook for a bit. Yeah, okay, so closing up, we're gonna start to adding all those, actually make it less crazy boiling. We start to add all those packages of stuff. This is the long bean, the black mushrooms, and radish. Ooh, start to smell strong. Now we're gonna add the worst part. The suan, the pickled bamboo shoots. Oh, heaven. just smell this. I hope you can. Oh, this is the stinky part, okay? The part where people complain that it smells like poop. I think we have a little bit too much soup, but it should be fine. Okay, let's smell it. Ooh, lovely. How much more do we need to boil this? Yeah, a little bit more. So while this is going on, I'm gonna add my vegetable in. 白菜. It's very quick. Now you don't have to do this, right? And you can add whatever you like. You may want to add, or you don't, but I just want a little bit fiber. So let that boil. I think once it brings to boil, it's good enough. We will be able to take it out into a bowl. Adding in the final bit of chili oil and peanuts. Yeah, this definitely would be enough. So this is pretty much at the end of cooking 螺蛳粉. Peanuts in. Ooh. Just gonna do. Okay, enough. More than enough. Appetizing. Not too bad, not too bad, okay? So this is the stinky thing that Chen Jialan and Li Wei likes, okay? Definitely gonna need a spoon. So this is the bamboo shoots. I don't know if you can see them on camera. This is what gives the strongest stench. It's really nice. It's sour, it's pickled, and there are many different brands. I am not an expert, actually, in which one is the best. So I guess blind luck. You will need that to find the right one. Or actually just ask, you know, when you go to the supermarket, just ask them, what is the best luosifen you have? I will start my ugly eating off camera. Thank you for watching AvenueX. Thank you for joining this unusual video from me. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching and happy luosifen eating. Happy Chinese supermarket exploring.